Welcome back to Kick Pass Discuss for episode 9. I'm Kieren.
And I'm Jax. Today we'll be looking at the overall games, looking at round 3, whatever's being leaked there, and our next year's improvement leaks. But first, Kieren, what did you think about the Roosters vs Storm game?
That is a finals footy classic, man. Like, you don't get better than that, honestly. It was just close the whole time. Melbourne got an early 10-point lead, 10-0. Roosters came back 10-6. Oh, God. And then, look, I only watched the second half, but...
Same. It's like all the games that Roosters been playing in, they're always just interesting games. Like, I get that they're a capital city and all, so they have to put on a show, but, anyways.
Look, and then the Sam Walker field goal as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was 12-all, and then Sam Walker kicked the field goal. You thought the Roosters had it, but then a try again, which you'll talk about in a minute, Jax. But just Sam Walker, I'd just like to give him credit for how much he's improved,
Yeah.
He started the season being in the footy, in the proper, and then he got downgraded to reserve grade, obviously. And then, after that, he just came back, and his return's just been classic. And even though the Roosters did lose, I'd just like to give him credit for the amazing comeback he's had this season.
Overall, 6th place. But you know how it goes, the old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And Turns out they couldn't fool someone twice because Melbourne, they just got the most incredible try when Will Warbrick, he just jumped up so high. He got that ball, spinning motion. I can't make spinning sounds, but boom. It was just, what a try, in my opinion.
I know, it was great. And look, Roosters fans, this is a part you probably don't want to hear, but Melbourne fans probably don't. Roosters fans, it's been said a lot over the news. They feel like they've been robbed because Ashley Klein made a poor decision on one of the Melbourne tries, and then he apologised to James Tedesco and said, "Look, mate, I can't make decisions after it's already happened. I live in the moment." That he said something like that. I don't have the thing exactly with me, but yeah, Roosters fans do feel a bit robbed by that.
Yeah.
But anyway, from the bad news, let's just forget about that. We'll roast Ashley Klein later this
and
season.
Don't worry, we'll roast him. We roast everybody on this podcast.
We keep our word, including each other. And then now let's go to our favorite player for this Roosters and Storm game. Who did you think, Jax?
Well, I mean, it's unoriginal, but I have to say Will Warbrick. I just gotta respect the hustle on that try.
Yeah, the high jump. He just took that ball without any problem. Roosters guy was whoever jumped for that. I didn't get the correct glimpse on it, but it was just left in the dust. Will Warbrick just went over that line. Happy.
Yeah, I had to watch it a bunch of times, of course, because I was editing, and I just still appreciate it every single time.
And for me, the best player for that game is Cameron Munster because he's not a young player. You got to admit, he's not old. He's probably like mid-20s to mid-30s. I don't know exactly. But look, he's a good player. You just look at his footwork. He gets past the Roosters players, gets through, assists the try, or even scores it himself.
Yeah. It's like a beautiful swan in a pond of ugly ducklings.
You mean yourself?
Yeah, I know. I'm a beautiful swan, and you're an ugly duckling.
Good one. Anyway, now let's move on to the Knights and Warriors game. What did you think about that, Jax?
Well, personally, I didn't watch this one. But from what I saw on the scoreboard, the Warriors absolutely demolished the Knights. Like, it wasn't even like once. It wasn't even close. It was just one-sided, which is unlike a final game.
I know. I watched the second half again for this one, and look, I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be like a one-try game at the absolute most, even a 1-point game, and Warriors just smashed the Roosters. I mean, with Sean Johnson. With Sean Johnson's return, that's just what you want to see. Feel good story. Sean Johnson coming back, wiping the Knights out of the park. Sadly for Knights, season's now over. I mean, we didn't expect it from them, but yeah.
Since I can't really talk about this, Kieren, who was your favourite player in this game?
Just mentioned him, Sean Johnson. Look, I feel good for him that he's back. He had a good performance, so yeah, Sean Johnson for me.
That's fair. What about? Do we have any leaks about the round 3 finals?
Round 3 finals. Yes, we know who will be playing each other. We'll have the Panthers and the Storm, I believe, and
Yep.
Broncos and the Warriors.
Oh, those will be interesting games.
Look, everyone's saying that it's gonna be like a Brisbane and Panthers grand final, but I actually think that the Warriors have a good chance against the Broncos.
I hope the Warriors win. That would be. You know, I've said this a million times. Should I say it again?
Say it again.
It.
It what?
You said say it again.
Yeah, okay. Good joke. That's it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, round three of the final is going to be pretty exciting. Look, let's give our tips now. I think you could agree with me on this one, but honestly, no one really beats Penrith, so I'm going to go Penrith over Melbourne, and I'm also going to tip an upset Warriors over the Broncos because I just want to see that happen. What about you,
Really?
Jax?
Really, I've got to go with the Broncos with this game. I don't know. I just feel like the Broncos. That's like a tough name. Just Broncos, you know.
And Panthers as well?
Um,
Or upset with the Storm?
how about I conflict you again? I'll go with the Storm.
Tough choices, isn't it? But now we've got some exciting small things that we just wanted to let our listeners know for leaks of improvements that we have for our podcast for 2024.
Now, Kieran is gonna have to be very careful with his words here. Isn't that right, Kieran?
Yes, I will. I don't want to give away too much, but next year, let me just say, we've got an exciting game that we're planning on putting into our podcast. We're not sure if we want to monetize our podcast or not, depending on how it goes. We might have special episodes for this, but
We're gonna have all our friends there, and it's gonna be very fun. We can't leak the details yet, but trust me, you're gonna love it.
we've got a fun game. Lots of guests we'll hopefully have on our podcast. It should be a great time. A bit like tipping, bit different, but yeah. And then this next thing, I'll also say, but look, I don't. It's nothing really to give away, but next year we will just have guests on the show in general. Just on normal episodes, not on our exciting game that we're not going to say the name of yet, if you know what I mean. Don't want to give away too much, but yeah, we will be having just general guests on our show to also give their opinion. Not every week next year, but yeah, we'll keep you updated. Later this year, after the grand final, maybe around November, December, you might get to hear the name of the exciting game we're planning, but we haven't done too much to think about it yet, but don't worry, it's going to be coming.
Crazy guess, you know. You know, I have a friend like my uncle's friend. Apparently, he's like obsessed with the eels and stuff. And I was thinking maybe we could.
I don't feel bad for him. Yeah. Invite everyone on the show. Invite everyone,
everyone.
And anyone who's listening to our podcast, as this brings us to the end of today's episode, anyone who is listening, you might be able to join us too on a voice channel. You can make your own thing for this game that we're planning. You can give your tips, whatever. Just Q&A. You can also ask in Q&A how to get onto this podcast, how to be mentioned. Yeah, we're excited for all the improvements, aren't we?
Yeah, Kieran. It's so sad that we have to end, but it's so good that we were able to talk today. This is Kick, Pass, Discuss.